exclusive interviews, stimulating conversations, and intellectual discourse that empowers, enlightens, and informs. Follow the leader at KBLA 1580. We've got a lot to talk about. Keep following the leader. Follow 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 the leader.
Hey, so I'm calling your show, 'cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
Don't you driving me insane? Your stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games. Man, I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light. See the light.
I'm Dr. David Zoll, and I'm a licensed psychologist specializing in couples therapy and relationships. And let's go over some signs that contempt is ruining your relationship and how to overcome it. But first, what is contempt in a relationship? Contempt in a relationship refers to a feeling of disdain or disgust for your partner as a person. It's toxic and causes a heavy emotional, psychological, and physical toll on the receiving partner. Contempt is very different from a complaint about your partner's actions, for example. Contempt takes it a step further, and you explain the criticism by attributing it to the partner's inherent unworthiness. So contempt is the worst of the four horsemen and involves sarcasm, cynicism, name-calling, sneering, eye-rolling, mockery. Here's an example of the difference between contempt and a complaint. Your partner said they would pay the bills this month, but didn't get to it, and now you are facing high interest charges. Contempt will look like saying, "You never follow through. I can never count on you to do what you say you will do." A complaint is more of, "When you said you were going to pay the bills, and then I found out they hadn't been paid, and we are going to get charged interest. It causes me a lot of stress." Some signs that indicate contempt is ruining your relationship are that you no longer feel fondness, admiration, and respect for your partner. You no longer enjoy.
Hey, listen. Y'all want this work today? 'Cause I got it to give. Do you know how many exes we hold in contempt? And ultimately, it's because they didn't give us what we wanted. We didn't deliver. Right? Contempt. You know what it means? Late 14th century, its etymological root here says open disregard or disobedience, which is the opposite, right, of the word we covered yesterday. Right? Conform means to obey. Contempt means open disregard and disobedience. Now, the other adjectives that were used sound awfully familiar to the narcissistic smear campaign. Let me just give you some, some real talk right now. If it didn't work, just move on. Because any pining you do for and or against the person that is gone, it's going to contaminate your spirit. It's going to weaken the bond you have with your new person. Your new person or, whoever, right, may need every bit of your energy focused on them as opposed to you siphoning off bits and pieces to feed your resentment, to feed your contempt. Tonight's topic is a really good one because you say, how does this tie into tonight's topic? Tonight's topic is relationship groupies. What happens when the novelty wears off in your relationship? See, again, these are superficial relationships. And superficial relationships are predicated on what you can give me and my wounds. Me, the ego, wants all the accoutrement. I want Nobu. I want Mr. Chow. Right? Right? I want Il Fernaio. I want all of it, right? That's the ego. I want the little purse. I want Tiffany's. I want, right? Or the man. I want praise. I want worship. I want adoration, right? Superficial relationships, right? Relationship groupies. Many people go into the relationship as a groupie of the accomplishments of the other person. Listen, anybody that has means can make you safe externally. But no means that anybody may have can make you safe internally. Oftentimes we give our significant other way too much credit. Right? Let me just go deeper. Emotional regulation is your job. But oftentimes, what do? We go try to find somebody who we can be safe around. That is holding them to a standard to not change. See, it's about you mastering you. See, when you really get into the game of self-help, self-love, self-worth, you're going to start to realize that anything meaningful in your life is based on a healthy perspective. And if you have unhealed wounds, you've got a cloudy perspective. Why? Because the wound gets to put itself over your glasses, over the glasses of your soul. So many people choose a safe option, of course, right? As opposed to doing the work themselves, right? Oh, you think people just want you for your money? Nah. They might want to use you for their peace. Listen. Relationship groupies, they're coming for something. And men and women can be groupies in this context. But what happens when you get what you think you want? When the novelty wears off? When you get what you think gonna bring you peace, you find out later that this isn't the type of peace you were looking for. Now you're back at disappointment, dissatisfaction, disgruntled. Novelty is a real thing in relationships. And the main reason why is because many people are trying to escape the spiritual purpose of why we relate. We're relating to discover who we are. That is a lifelong process, right? Many people are not adroit or adept at self-observation without judgment. Many people judge themselves way harsher than they judge people around them. Do you see? So now relationships become this place where, let me go get what my wound needs. My wounds have needs, and they need to be taken care of. No, you're supposed to take care of your wounds, not your significant other. Novelty is defined as the quality of being new and or original. Similar to the rush of excitement one feels when purchasing a new item, getting into a new relationship can have that same new car smell. The mind will perceive the new item/person as better than the previous thing or person, simply due to its novelty. But what happens when the newness wears off? Are we in a rush to end relationships out of the urge to have someone new? Do we avoid intimacy for the fear of our connections going stale? Is the grass ever greener on the side you came from? Ooh. Why or why not? I want to know what you think. Right? Is searching for novelty in others a sign of emotional and or spiritual immaturity? Does this need for newness lessen or worsen with age? I want you to really think about it, because people are always talking about how to keep the spark, and the spark, and we've lost the spark. Why do you lose the spark? Because relationships are spiritual; they're not about novelty. Can you survive on cake icing? I don't think so. I think after a week or so of just eating icing, you're going to see the adverse effects manifest in your body. Many of us have turned relationships into a giant ball of cotton candy. We only want the sweetness. We're unprepared for the ups and downs of life because we're always approaching relationship like a groupie. Who gonna make you better than you can make you? Right? You don't share. Listen to what I'm about to say. You do not share self-realization with your partner. So you see the monks up in Tibet, they go into that damn cave. They don't eat no food. And they contort their bodies using yoga and meditation. And they reach a certain level. The Buddhist term is moksha. The Sanskrit term is nirvana. They reach a certain... You can't come down and go, guess what I got to share with you? You couldn't even put it into words. Did you know that relationship, intimate relationship, is tantamount to the monk's cave? Of course, in our society, we've turned it into a fun house. Right? We've turned it into a space. I didn't sign up for this. Everything you get in a relationship, you signed up for. You cannot operate like a relationship groupie, in awe of another person, in awe of what they might be able to do for you, in awe of the novelty and the newness of the relationship. You are in a relationship to discover the truth of who you are. Intimate relationships are the cornerstone, right, for self-awareness. And I've learned this from being self-unaware in relationships. And I saw how that went. What are some motivating factors behind why we seek novelty? How does being closed off to emotional intimacy correlate with a fear of abandonment and catastrophic thinking in relationship? Can a fear of abandonment provoke one to seek out novelty as an avoidance mechanism? I don't really want nothing, but we can hang out. It reminds me of a line from Shalimar, from the record Over and Over, sang by Howard Hewitt. He said, "You trying to get next to love without getting involved." A lot of people want to do the things that come from a loving relationship. They want to go on the trips. They want to hang out. But when it's time to peel back the layers, They want to go back to relationship groupie status. Let's keep it light. Let's keep it new and fresh. This is why it gets stale. Because the substance of the relationship is where the real work lies. Many people don't want to do the work. Is an addiction to novelty a result of unchecked fear and ego? A symptom of insecure attachment styles, or both? What connections can be drawn between codependency, novelty, and a scarcity mindset? You can't keep it new if you're not being true with you. I know you don't want to hear it put that way. Listen, if you're constantly mining your soul for nuggets of yourself, your relationship will stay new. Your relationship will be new. You will be new. Your relationship is a reflection of who you are. If you're trying to be better every day and you're putting in the work and you're dedicated to discovering the truth of who you are, your relationship will be renewed every moment. 1-800-920-1580. Who's stuck? Who's stale? Who's stagnant? Who is afraid of it getting old? Who is in a position right now where your relationship needs a spark? Tonight's topic: relationship groupies. What happens when the novelty wears off in your relationship? When I come forward, I want to have this discussion with you.
The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings will disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Happy anniversary, KBLA!
KBLA Talk 1580 is now celebrating 3 years of amplifying our voice and uplifting our community. We deeply appreciate your support of this radio station and will always do our level best to earn your support. Here's to many more years of loving and serving our community. For KBLA Talk 1580, and we've got your black.
I know it's gonna happen. Where are you?
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 believes in community empowerment through the arts. Thea Chucha Central Cultural is on a mission to transform community in the Northeast San Fernando Valley and beyond through ancestral knowledge, the arts, literacy, and creative engagement. The Northeast San Fernando Valley has a population of about 500,000, the size of the city of Oakland, yet it has no bookstores, art galleries, or full-fledged cultural spaces until Thea Chuchas opened its doors in 2001. Founded by renowned poet and activist Luis Rodriguez, Thea Chuchas Cultural Center provides a year-round free or low-cost arts and literacy bilingual intergenerational programming in mural painting, music, dance, writing, visual arts, healing art sessions, and healing talking circles. Activities also include Mexica, Aztec dance, indigenous cosmology, philosophy, and 2 weekly open mic nights, one in Spanish, the other in English. In addition, they host author readings, film screenings, and art exhibits. To express yourself, heal yourself, attend an event, or volunteer, please visit www.theachucha.org. That's TIACHUCHA.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Around here, we don't believe in victimhood. We believe in raising our voices, amplifying black voices in the climate conversation. We're KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA delegation, listen up. Not feeling yourself lately? Has your weight loss dreams, have they turned into a weight gain nightmare? Have you been chasing those 20 pounds for the last 20 years? Then it's time for D-Herbs. D-Herbs Full Body Cleanse is a natural cleansing regimen that can help you lose 20 pounds in 20 days. The Full Body Cleanse will also boost your immune system and improve your digestion. with summer just right around the corner. Stop chasing the 20-pound weight loss and propel yourself into a healthier lifestyle. To reboot your system and lose those 20 pounds, just go to therbs.com and order your full body cleanse or call 866-434-3727. Mention KBLA 1580 and get 10% off your order. therbs.com. Experience healing.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Have you ever heard familiarity breeds contempt? Have you ever thought about what that statement or what that phrase means? It means that the more familiar you become with someone or something, the more unlikely you are to be enamored with it. The more unlikely you are to respect it, the more likely you are to lose interest in it. Is that true? In my line of business, relationship counseling, one of the things that I've found is that the truth is that most people are not comfortable when someone else knows them really well. Or most people are not comfortable when someone claims to know them well. This is the dynamic of relationships, all relationships. When one person is invested and the other person is not, that person that is invested takes their time to study their partner, to understand their idiosyncrasies, their likes and dislikes, to pay attention to their moods, their emotions. Whether they like it or not, they're paying attention because they're invested and they're trying to figure out how to make this relationship better. Whereas the other person in the relationship tends to go the other direction. They're moving away from this kind of familiarity. How many of you are comfortable with someone knowing you intimately? How many of you are comfortable with someone knowing your truth? How many of you are comfortable with someone knowing everything about you? Let me provide the answer. Most people are not. Because if most people were comfortable with someone else knowing them intimately, they would think about this as being a blessing instead of being a curse.
Listen, you want to learn how to be in a relationship with a human being? You got to be comfortable with what they're uncomfortable with. And vice versa. They got to be comfortable with what you're uncomfortable with about yourself. That's how you know someone actually loves you. They could be like, hey, you know what? This is a lot to ask. But you know what? I'm going to ride this out with you. Do you know how much anxiety is in our culture today? That's why novelty and comfort rank so high. We're a very anxious, individualistic society. Do you understand? And when we feel for one moment that this is not a good deal, or we're not going to get what we signed up for. People are so ready to throw everything away. The great Krishnamurti, you knew I was going to bring him up. There is the comfort in God, which is an image put together by thought, or comfort in some illusory concept or idea. And that's all you want. But you never question the very urge, the desire for comfort. Never ask whether there is any comfort at all. One needs to have a comfortable bed or chair. That's all right. Do you see? We approach our relationships as long as they bring some peace and some money and some peace, then we got a good relationship. What did I tell you about peace? Right? Most people do not achieve peace. Most people are working on quiet. There is a clear distinction between peace and quiet. Peace is a form of acceptance. I am at peace with having to die someday. I am at peace with being a work in progress. I'm at peace with knowing I will never be perfect. I'm at peace with working towards that. Peace is an extension of acceptance. Quiet is an escape from the process that brings peace. This is where novelty in relationship shows up. Do you understand? Most people would rather have quiet than peace. Why? Because you got to work for peace. You got to work to get to the consciousness level of acceptance. Now, according to Dr. David R. Hawkins, the majority of us are in the consciousness of fear. There can be no acceptance as long as there is the remnant of fear in your consciousness. When we come forward, Zoe's going to dig even deeper into this idea of why novelty exists in our intimate relationships.
He's on fire tonight. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton. Here's the latest on the Black Information Network. The Supreme Court is acknowledging it accidentally posted a document that allows emergency abortion. That's according to Bloomberg, which obtained the document relating to a pending Idaho abortion case. The document reportedly shows that the court will allow emergency room doctors in Idaho to perform abortions. The High Court is likely to dismiss the appeal that was brought by Idaho officials. Supreme Court spokeswoman Patricia McCabe confirmed the document was inadvertently uploaded, but said the ruling has not been released. The rural town of New Bern, Alabama, has reached a proposed settlement with a black man denied office after winning his 2020 election for mayor. Patrick Braxton was prevented from becoming New Bern's mayor by his white predecessor and the majority-white city council, according to the lawsuit. The town and Braxton have since signed a settlement agreeing Braxton is the lawful mayor. He'll finally take office once the court approves the settlement. Braxton became the first black mayor in the town's 166-year history. That's the latest. I'm Amber Payton on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network.
Come celebrate LGBTQ plus pride at Dodger Stadium on Friday, June 14th at 7:10 p.m. when the Dodgers battle against the Royals. Purchase a Pride Night ticket package presented by Blue Shield of California and receive an exclusive Dodgers Pride jersey. Tickets at Dodgers.com/ticketpacks.
Don't miss the debate of the season Thursday night on KBLA Talk 1580. President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump face off this week in the first presidential debate. Tune in to Areva Martin Out Loud, Thursday, 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. for pre-debate analysis. And stay tuned to KBLA Talk 1580 for the presidential debate at 6 p.m. Immediately following the debate, Areva Martin will moderate a roundtable panel of political experts and take your live phone calls only on KBLA Talk 1580. After Biden and Trump square off, we want you to sound off and tell us what you think. At KBLA Talk 1580, you can black talk us anytime.
To help combat climate change, LADWP is helping neighborhoods have better access to electric vehicles by awarding nearly $130 million in EV rebates to customers just like you. From big savings on used EVs to building new charging plazas, LADWP is charging ahead to help all Angelinos experience the benefits of EVs. Get rebates of up to $4,000 for a used EV and $1,750 for a charger. Learn more at ladwp.com/EV. That's ladwp.com/EV.
Did you know addiction to drugs like meth or cocaine is a disease and not a choice? But getting help is. If you have stimulant use disorder, you, your family, and friends may have a lot of questions, including where to start. Choose Change California can help. Make a change today and find a proven treatment option for you at choosechangeca.org.
Hey, LA residents, it's planting season and the perfect time to get shade trees growing around your home. LADWP and City Plants are giving every resident up to 7 free trees. That's right, 7 free trees delivered right to your door. Trees are great for the environment, help improve air quality, and can help you save on your bill when you use less air conditioning to stay cool indoors. Learn more at ladwp.com/free trees. That's ladwp.com/free trees.
Life hack number 7. Get an iPhone 12 on Straight Talk.
Life hack.
Here's how it works. You walk into Walmart, go to the electronics section, ask for iPhone 12 with 5G and a dual camera system, and select the new Silver Unlimited plan. They'll smile because it's a good plan. You get real unlimited data all for just $20 a month for the whole first year. Get it at Walmart or StraightTalk.com. Straight Talk. Less dollars, more cents. Taxes and fees apply. Requires activation of iPhone 12 and a new Silver Unlimited plan or higher end auto pay enrollment. $25 a month service credit applied for up to 12 months if eligibility requirements are met. For network management practices, visit StraightTalk.com.
The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their support throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years. The California Crusader is a multicultural, black-owned, adjudicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website at cow-cruise-news.com. That's cow-cruise-news.com. Then click on the Submit Now button located on the top right corner of the homepage, or text CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN to 42828. The California Crusader newspaper, working together to build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminding you that we keep us safe. Pro Football Hall of Famer and urban peace pioneer Jim Brown believed in just that. So he founded the Amera I Can Foundation for Social Change in 1988, focusing on at-risk and high-risk youth in underserved schools and juvenile detention facilities, as well as adult incarceration and reentry initiatives. The core of the Amera I Can program is its 15-chapter life skills curriculum. Mastery of these skills allows individuals to meet their academic potential, conform their behavior to acceptable societal standards, and improve the quality of their lives by equipping them with what they need to confidently and successfully contribute to society. Today, the foundation is led by its president, Monique Brown, who has been actively involved in the organization for more than 25 years. The Amera I Can Foundation continues its work in memory of its founder, actor, philanthropist, and NFL legend Jim Brown. To get involved or make a donation, please visit AmeriICanCommunity.partners. That's AmeriICanCommunity.partners. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Joe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Girl, and you're going too far, 'cause you know it don't matter anyway. You can rely on the old man's money. You can rely on the old man's money. It's a bitch, girl, but it's gone too far, 'cause you know it don't matter anyway. That money won't get you too far, get you too far. Don't you know that is wrong? To take what is given you so far gone on your own. You can get along, you can try to be strong, but you'll never be strong. Cause you're a rich girl, and you're gone too far, 'cause you know it don't matter anyway. You can rely on the old man's money. You can rely on the old man's money.
I'm 5'2". I like a 6'4" guy.
Women like this are essentially groupies. You can go to Psychology Today or wherever and find plenty of articles on how women react positively to a man in uniform. What that has to do with the groupie is when a woman sees a uniform or any other signal of status, and it becomes such an importance to her that she's blinded to other aspects about that man. And guys, you'll recognize groupies. They crush on a lot of men. Not just one or two. They crush on men, groups of men. Again, badge bunnies, buckle bunnies, what have you. And women like this will never be happy with you, because what goes hand in hand with the groupie mentality is the grass is always greener. That woman will never be happy with a man that makes a commitment to her, because in her groupie mindset, she's seeking high levels of status. And a guy of actual high status would never settle down with her. That's her thinking. So as soon as you commit to her, she no longer sees you as a man that could be her best. Grass is always greener for the groupie. Promise.
Well, logic was a little off, but okay. Let me just say this. For all the women out there who heard that clip and said, see, Zoe is like Kevin Samuels, a woman created this topic and gave me the videos. So don't come here with no smoke unless you really want fire. I don't do smoke. I do fire. Okay? A sister gave me this topic and says, oh, we need to cover the novelty aspect. Now, yes, that video was a little red pillish, and there was some hypergamy talk in there, too. But the reason why the video fits, it's really simple. It fits because most people are superficial. I'm sorry. Most people are superficial. Most people take instruction and order from their childhood trauma, their unhealed wounds, and most people select their partner from that mind state, from that mindset. This is why novelty is so important. Have you ever taken somebody out, and then the next day they want to go out again? And then the day after that, they want to go out again. And they just want to keep doing things. Sometimes in a relationship, it's okay to just sit down and enjoy each other's company. Why do we always have to do things? See, to me, that's an indicator of internal emptiness or spiritual immaturity. Stimulation is what's driving the relationship. Do you understand? I love Krishnamurti. Y'all know that. This is what he had to say on it. In seeking comfort, listen, did you guys just hear me break down the difference between peace and quiet? Many people are trying to maintain quiet because getting peace is work. Being at peace, learning how to become peace is work. Listen to this quote. In seeking comfort, we generally find a quiet corner in life where there is minimum conflict. And then we are afraid to step out of that seclusion. See, most people are in relationships because they don't want to be bothered. All you got to do is talk to the singles. The singles see relationship as a hassle. You have no idea how many people I talk to on a daily basis that will go from that perspective, that will speak from that perspective. Like, man, this is a relationship book? I'm cool. Like, I'm straight. Like, people would rather not deal with relationships altogether because many people see relationships as problematic. Right? And then we also, because of social media, we also see good relationships as relationship goals, but that's based off of the image we pick up from social media. People out doing things. Oh, that was so sweet. He filled up her whole apartment with flowers. Do you see? Doing. Most people don't know how to be together, but we damn sure know what to do when we're together. The phenomenon of novelty in relationships, akin to the excitement of acquiring a new possession, brings forth a rush of emotions and often a misleading sense of superiority over previous experiences. This allure of the new often dissipates, leaving individuals grappling with deeper questions about their emotional and spiritual maturity, attachment styles, and the underlying psychological needs that drive them to seek newness. When the novelty wears off, the real test of a relationship begins, revealing the underlying issues that always needed to be addressed in the beginning. Please understand, what we do is an escape from the work that needs to be done. Listen, what we do as a couple, where we go, how we entertain ourselves, that is a break. That's like recess in elementary. That's like recess. We go, and then we leave, and we go back to work. Oftentimes, we look at our partner as the one who needs the work. Y'all know every person in any relationship construct has a lot of work to do. They might have put a lot of work in the mask to where they can obfuscate the work from their partner so their partner won't know, like how much work they have to do. Many people are putting up a front that they're happy. Many people are putting up a front that they're content. And that isn't to say that there aren't any happy people out there or content people out there, but I guarantee you when you talk to them, they're going to tell you they went through something. Novelty represents immaturity. I promise you. If you can love, if you can love your partner with the same deep, loving eyes while they're going through hell that you do or that you showed them in the lighter moments of your relationship, when that person surprised you with a gift, when that person showed up at your job with flowers, like, we'll remember the great moments. Remember, the amygdala is the portion of the brain that records strong emotions and memories. Do you know most of the really good things, the emotion isn't as intense as the bad things, which is why the bad things keep coming back into our memory, which is why now we got to keep trying to find ways to renew and make anew this relationship. Listen, when I come forward, I promise I'm going to the phone lines, but I really want you guys to understand this addiction to novelty, this addiction to quiet. I'm trying to get you to cultivate peace so you won't demand it out of others. When I come forward, the phone lines will have their say.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
We ask seniors how to prevent Medicare scams.
My best advice, if you get a phone call, do not talk to the person. These people are well trained. Don't talk to them.
They don't know me. They're just trying to scam me.
Don't be fooled. Hang up. Just hang up.
Never give out your Medicare number.
They're going to get your number and put in a false claim.
If I get a call from someone, I don't pick up the phone. And should I pick up the phone and they ask for information, then I hang up.
How do you detect Medicare fraud?
Just like I check my credit card statements, I check my Medicare statements monthly.
Scammers can get a hold of your number, order medical devices through your account, and you're not even going to know about it if you don't look at your statement. Check your statement every month.
If you get your statement and you see something that you know you did not have done, you report it.
Call your senior Medicare Patrol.
To report Medicare fraud, call the Senior Medicare Patrol at 855-613-7080.
Looks like Bobby needs a ride again.
Grab the keys. Let's take our auntie to the swap meet. Grab the keys.
Whether you're giving rides or hauling gear, do it all in a Chevy SUV. Head to your local Chevy dealer, where well-qualified buyers get 1.9% financing on all 2024 Malibu, Colorado, Blazer, Equinox, Trailblazer, and Traverse limited models. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
1.9% APR for 36 months. Monthly payment is $28.60 for every $1,000 you finance. Example down payment 15.8% plus finance with Gene Financial. Some customers may not qualify. Not available with lease and some other offers. Take your retail delivery by 7/1/24.
Fight climate change. This Earth Day, April 22nd, go Metro and ride for free. You'll make a difference. Metro buses run on clean energy, making every day Earth Day. Together, we can clear the air and connect our communities. Start your journey at metro.net.
Make a move into a home of your own. With City National Bank's Ladder Up Home Loan Grant, you can receive up to $20,000 that you never need to pay back. Use it toward your down payment, save on closing costs, or to buy down your mortgage rate. Find out more at cnb.com/ladderuphome. City National, here for every stage of the journey. Property must be in a qualifying market in California, New York, or New Jersey. Additional terms and conditions apply. Not all applicants will qualify. Terms are subject to change without notice. City National Bank is an equal housing lender. Member FDIC. NMLS number 536994.
Helping to broaden your political and moral imagination with our 2024 Climate Justice Campaign with KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey there, Los Angeles. This is James Lucky Jr., publisher and editor of Los Angeles News Observer. Are you hungry for news that matters to you and the African American communities of Los Angeles? Well, buckle up, because we got the scoop you've been craving. Stay in the know and never miss a beat with our free weekly publications conveniently available near you. Or hop on the digital wave and become an exclusive subscriber at OGNSC.com. Don't forget to join the party on Instagram and Twitter at OGNSCINC for behind-the-scenes access and sizzling updates. No more FOMO. Let's stay informed, connected, and empowered together.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
My playlist is my co-host. You're listening to the Voice of Reason live on KBLA Talk 1580. We have an amazing discussion going on here. And I just simply love these types of conversations. You know, we're talking about people who are basically relationship groupies, who seek the novelty in relationships. But the reality of it is, all newness has obsolescence built into it. Obsolescence, right? You have something called planned obsolescence. When you buy some headphones, they are designed to break down over time. You do know we're technologically advanced enough to make a pair of headphones that are indestructible. But how are we going to get return customers? We have to design the failure in the product. That's what obsolescence is. And you know what creates spiritual obsolescence? Is when you promote childhood wounds to an authority position in your spirit. This is why novelty in relationships is so sought after. What are we doing? Where are we going? What's next? Because any time spent alone, any time spent with oneself, oh Lord, there go that wound. Now that wound is begging again. You got to tell your wounds not to touch nothing when you walk into the store like a bad kid. 1-800-920-1580. Krishnamurti says it this way: your search for comfort is utter delusion. There's no such thing in life as comfort and security. I'm sorry. Let that sit in your spirit for a second. Your search for comfort is utter delusion. There's no such thing in life as comfort and security. What does he mean? It doesn't mean we won't experience some comfort and some security in certain situations, but everything isn't lasting. You know that. Life is on a pendulum. You have ebbs and flows. This is why it's so important to understand that when you're going into an intimate relationship. The ebb and flow of life is going to keep swinging. And what does the Kabbalion tells us? This is a great book, the Kabbalion, written by the three initiates. It says the master learns to not swing with the pendulum of life. The master stays centered as the pendulum of life swings. You've heard it a little differently. Don't get too high and don't get too low. When things are good, don't lose yourself in the goodness of the moment. And when things are bad, don't lose yourself in the negativity of the moment. That's the same thing Krishnamurti is saying here. Your search for comfort is utter delusion. There is no such thing in life as comfort and security. But what are the number two choices? When you sit down and you start talking to people at relationship roundtables like I've been doing for years. Well, loyalty and trust. You're dealing with a work in progress, a human being. And at some point, in some scenario, some situation, they're not going to be at their best. And when they're not at their best, you see them in the same way you see an iPhone 12. Well, the 15s are out now. Right? And ain't no amount of software updates gonna make that 12 more attractive than the 15 Pro Max for many people. This is what's been happening in our relationships, and I'm sorry, I'm the guy to point it out. Let's get John. John from Mountain View, Hawaii. John, what are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
First off, aloha. Greetings and blessings to everyone.
Aloha, brother.
Okay, let's start with the title first. Relationship groupies, bro?
That's right.
Why didn't you just call it one-night jump-offs or track meet relationships?
Hey, Attila Phillips pinned this one.
Well, Guru, thanks again. Even though after I read the questions, I will tell you honestly, Attila, I did say the catchphrase or the word I'm not supposed to say. But anyway, let me get out of the way and let me say the things that need to be said. Spiritually, you're supposed to be able to deal with less things in life than what we are seeking after naturally. how in the world, well, better yet, without the world.
Keep going. I'm listening.
Let it go.
Yes.
Let it go, because that is not what dictates what is naturally yours and what place you're supposed to be in.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, if it's this excitement, this intrigue, and these masters of ceremony, this is not the circus. And why do you look like a clown?
Keep going, John.
Don't go there. Don't go there, because again, it's not for you. The relationship, yes. Learning more about yourself, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
But when you focus on yourself instead of the relationship, you find it more intriguing to get things right with yourself than you do anything else. Because when you finally get things right with yourself, you finally see the human being as they are, just like you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Spiritual work in progress.
There it is. There it is. Brother, you know I love you, man. Hey, man, let me be honest, man. Do you know what you just did?
Well, I brought Mountain View in the house. I also gave my taxes for the show being late, my bad. As well as try again another day of trying to show love to everybody.
Man, we appreciate you, John Gilbreth from Mountain View, Hawaii. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. Really quickly, I want to shout out Justin Troy. Brother Justin is currently incarcerated, and this is the third or fourth letter I've received from Justin while he has been down. And I just wanted to acknowledge him, for taking the time and writing a letter. He told me that, the work that I'm doing here, the show, has helped him tremendously. And I just simply want to say, hey, man, damn the messenger. It's all about the message. The messenger is as flawed as you are, brother. So, damn the messenger. It's about the message, and I appreciate you for reaching out. And when I come forward, we're going back to the phone lines because people want to talk about this. Let's get it.